So, how does it work? Two things to bear in mind. Just like with online, if you imagine that the piano scrolls from bottom to top, likewise you read the musical notation from bottom to top. So when you get to page 2, remember eyes down to the bottom, bottom to top. The other thing to bear in mind is you pretty much ignore everything else until you reach an instruction. An instruction will typically take the form of a section number, P1, P2, P3, P4, and it will be followed by an instruction about the number of times that you play that. So for example, if you look at PDF 1, you'll play up until P2 times 4, and then when you reach P2 times 4, you'll look for the section. That's a bracket labeled P2, and you'll play it 4 times. The only other thing to bear in mind is that when you follow an instruction, you carry on up the page. You don't start again at the bottom, you don't look to start anywhere else, you carry on. So in this case, after P2 times 4, you'll play P1 times 1. P1 is the section number, find P1, you play it 1 time. What you do after that, you continue on. So above P1, we see FAC, alternating with C, and a long F. And you continue on up the page until you reach another instruction. So we notice that on the left-hand side, we have a long C. That's labeled C2. That just tells us where it is on the keyboard. C1, C2, C3, C4, C5, and so on. So little pinky on the C, that's a long C, so we hold that throughout these first 4 sets of notes. We've got the EG. We press those down together, but then we lift the EG and we alternate with the C. Then when we come across to F, again, pinky on F, that stays throughout the next 4 sets of notes, and we alternate with the FA and the C. So we press those together, we lift, and that takes us all the way up to our first instruction. Let's play that through once. Okay, so what's the first instruction? First instruction is P2 times 4. So we find that section, which is the section we've just played. It's the bracket labeled P2. We play that 4 times. So I'll play that once for you. And then we go on to play that 3 more times. You'll see above that we've got P1 times 1. We look down the bottom, we see the little bracket labeled P1. It's this section here. And that's P1. What do we do after we followed instructions? We move on. The next bit is FAC, alternating with C with the long F. So we go from P1 times 1 straight into that, and we follow the rest of the page. So let's play P1 again, and we'll transition into the new bit. And the reason I went on a little bit longer, I didn't stop to chat, was because I didn't receive any further instructions. I followed that all the way up to the long GGDF chord. Well, if you made it this far, thanks so much for staying. There's only a few titles at the moment as we're getting off the ground, but I will be adding to them when I can. Thank you, take care.